This video will dive heavily into topics about harassment, discrimination, and rape. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Thank you. Hey, what's up everyone? King Cobra here, and today I felt like making a little analysis video, not just like video games or music of that type, but like more like what goes on in the gaming industry, like behind the scenes in the studio, stuff like that. But first, if you want to see more content like this, content in the past and the future, make sure to subscribe, blast that like button. Thanks for all that support, y'all. Let's get into this. Alright, so like video game developers, they've been innovating the gaming experience for decades. Great companies, got SEGA, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. Everyone's doing their own thing, different consoles, stuff like that. But you know, as the title suggests, it hasn't been the smoothest in development, and I know you guys are gonna be like, oh Cobra, we already know video games are rushed. Look at Cyberpunk, GTA. Yeah, I know. But that's not what I'm talking about. Today, like, I wanted to just dive into what goes behind in the studio, just with like men and other genders and discrimination type of stuff like that. So I know it's been going on for a while, but I know some people aren't. I really just want to reach that demographic looking to get into the industry, and people that are like already in the industry but like they haven't been experiencing that. I'm not sure, but yeah. So hopefully this is gonna be some information for everybody, and we can walk away with something for the long run, because I'm trying to do this too. Gotta do game sound design. So even though companies have been tooting their own horn about gaming diversity, men have been dominating the gaming industry for a long time. I know, like, as of 2019, 54% of gamers were male, 46% were female, but then there's been like a nice gap closing recently. Got 52% male, 48% female in 2022. But the dev side speaks different numbers. 2019, 71% male devs and only 24% female. Then you go back to 2022, you got 76% male, still 24% female. Now, just like researching this information, I was a little bit shocked, honestly, because like I never like really think about this stuff. But I sat back and thought about it a little bit more, and I was like, why is this going on? Because I know through the years, women in game development have suffered crazy toxicity in the studio. There have been multiple reports of harassment, discrimination, even rape allegations. Even in just regular gaming, girls are often hiding their identity in online play like Call of Duty and other FPS games, so they won't get bullied. Because, you know, they'll like, boys will be like, oh, it's Purple Princess Lover 28. She a girl, get her. Pop, 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 ga. Wasted. But you know, so that's why they don't really be trying to do stuff like that. And then you also got like all those creepy people, like pedophiles, and all them people like, oh, can I get your Instagram? Can I get your DM? Ooh, if I get Discord, maybe I can rizz you up. I'm like, that's so But I usually hear a lot about it from my friends, like whenever they're in their matches. It's like, what is the point of this? Can like res him, shoot him, everyone mind their business, okay? You win, you lose, mind your business. That's all you have to do. But whatever. And then people be like, oh, they don't have to play those games, they can just play offline. They can play Sonic, they can play Crash, they can play Zelda. But no, like I think women should be able to play Overwatch. They should be able to play Destiny and Call of Duty though. But yeah, anyway. So hopefully you're thinking like, what type of companies are doing this type of stuff? Like, let's be specific, but I'm gonna let you know though. So you got like places like Ubisoft, of course, you know, like Activision Blizzard. I'm not gonna say anything yet, but let's just move on to Ubisoft. So you got a lot of great franchises, but their flagship is of course Assassin's Creed, one of my favorite franchises. But we're gonna talk about that today because it's like dev decisions with not wanting like one female character in there, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Cassandra was supposed to be the only protagonist, but they like a lot of the devs, like during pre-production, they were like, no, We need a male protagonist in there too. They were able to come to a compromise of like having Alexios and Cassandra, but like it was only supposed to be Cassandra. But they weren't having that, so a bunch of the males quit. They didn't want to be a part of that project, and like having a female character as the main lead. Y'all have to make these compromises, but sometimes you don't want to make the compromises, but that's like how it has to be sometimes, which is really sad. But Activision Blizzard, I heard about them before. When I actually looked into it though, I was like mind blown. The worst parts were like they were joking about rape, and they have the frat boy work culture there too. Like if you don't know, it's just kind of like they play these kind of like frat games like cube crawling, and it's where they get like really drunk. They go cubicle to cubicle, each girl's cubicle, trying to rizz them up, and then it was just like making them feel really uncomfortable because it was just like, hey baby, like how you doing, maybe we go somewhere after this. But it's just like y'all are supposed to be making a Bandicoot game. Why y'all doing this? No reason. Sit down. All y'all gotta do is sit down. But they didn't sit down, and they kept going because there was an alleged like kind of like love thing going on with like one of the females and like the one of the supervisors. But then somehow someone got the nudes, sent it all throughout the office. No one got in trouble. I don't know how that happens. I really don't know how that happens. CEO, like, yeah, he probably got a talking to, but CEO, he has money. He doesn't care. And then even like the creative director of World of Warcraft, like he has a hotel room and he calls it the Cosby Suite. You could probably gather what the creative director meant by that, by what I've been saying in this whole video. But obviously there's a whole lot of other companies out there doing this type of stuff, but like these are just some of the highlights that I wanted to let y'all know about. And yes, it greatly affects women in the industry, but it can affect some of the men too. Specifically like the men that aren't really doing like harassing people, but like they're just there trying to mind their business and just do their work, get done with the day. The other men, like they start harassing him because like he has her back, but he doesn't have their back. So then he gets the peer pressure, and it's like, okay, don't say anything about this, because like in his good heart he's like, okay, like hey Mary Sue, I don't know, are you okay? Or like I can always talk to like the CEO, I could talk to the boss for you, but then they'll be like, no, don't do that, or it's gonna be a problem. And it's just like they're like really uncomfortable because they want to take a side, but each one would like put their mental health in jeopardy, put their like position in the workplace in jeopardy. So it's really sad, but there are some resources that I have and I can let y'all know about. There's things like the Whistleblower Policy. It focuses on things like the OSHA rule, discrimination laws, workplace safety, and health. So if you have anything going on with that, just go to the website. I'm gonna drop a link to the website in there. And then specifically in California, because I know in the States, California is a really big one for game design. So I put the California video game violence hotline in there. But then there's also ways you can like gather together, so join communities. There's communities like Black Girl Gamers. Shout out my girl J. Ann Lopez for starting this. So it promotes inclusivity and equity in video games and music. They partner with different people like PlayStation, Square Enix, Netflix. So like they have a really good support, over 8,000 members. They don't discriminate based on age, sexuality, all that different stuff. So it's a really safe space. There's a lot of progress being made with it. I'm really proud of it, honestly. I'm really proud of what they're doing. But then there's also the International Game Development Association, and then they recently, or maybe like a few years ago, that they launched their Inclusive Game Development Association, where it just promotes professional development in video games, making the best product possible, to include different diversity, inclusivity, from pre-production when the game's only on paper to when the game gets gold certified, ready to sell. And just most importantly, just please, if you are ever in these situations, please just communicate. I know it can be hard because you don't know what problems, like you don't want to get into any other problems, but the best thing you can do, if you don't feel comfortable talking to the boss or the CEO about it, there's the hotlines that I provided. There are also some more hotlines per state. I believe each state in the United States has a hotline for workplace harassment. And if you do feel comfortable talking to the boss, just let them know, hey, this person, or this person was doing this to me. I know it can be tough to get that stuff out, but if your boss doesn't know, there won't be that much to do about it directly. Yes, the hotlines can file a report to the gaming company or something, like maybe like a lawsuit if like they find out something really bad with it, but that will take a long time, and then unless you quit, you'll just be sitting there experiencing the same stuff. So I say tackle it head on if you can, and then hopefully if like CEO is cool, boss is cool, you can get that situated. But yeah, just keep this in mind. It's already a challenge getting into video game development. You don't need that much stress on yourself. So really just make sure, like, keep these resources in mind. Just know what goes on, know what you're getting into, because like that will really help your mental state. Like as soon as you come in, it's gonna be really stressful. I believe in all of you guys looking to do this. But just know, like, take all this, level the playing field, okay? Level the playing field. So just make your voices heard, level the playing field. But that's all I wanted to say, though. So, like I said, if you want more, like, I guess more analysis videos like this, of course, more music, and more video game stuff, just make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm signing out.